Hey guys, in this video we will be looking at queen charge miner attacks using the stone slammer. So I've got some bases that I'm going to break down, and I'll walk you through how I would approach and plan for a base, and then after that I've got the replay of the actual attack. So we'll get into this first base straight away, and we'll focus on the queen targets first, so what the queen is going to get with her walk. So we're looking at these buildings from the gold storage and the elixir pump all the way across towards about 5 o'clock where the archer tower and cannon are, and then we're going to force her into the base so she clears this section and then starts making her way and clearing these infernos and blowers and everything like that. So in order to force her in towards the base, we need to make a funnel. So the first funnel I'm going to make is at 3 o'clock, and I'm going to start on the mortar. So I'm going to drop a giant and a wizard to start funneling before I drop my queen, so my queen doesn't get distracted and start walking this way, which I don't want her to do. So once that funnel's made, we need to make a funnel at 6 o'clock as well. So to do this, I'll drop a pecker on the mortar and the king on the gold mine, so that they clear those buildings there and leave the queen nowhere else to go other than in towards the base. Okay, so now we have our funnel set and our queen on her way. So now we need to focus on the stone slammer targets. So the objective with this stone slammer is to send it in on the archer tower so that it opens the walls for the queen, the king and the pecker to go inside. Once it's taken that archer tower out, it will then move on to the cannon and open a pathway towards the town hall and this inferno and also the heroes. So that's why I like to use the stone slammer instead of a wall wrecker, because the wall wrecker would have to get through 3 pieces of wall just to open those sections up, whereas the slammer can do it in less time because it can open up both segments of walls and then the town hall segment quite easily. So let's move on to the third phase of the attack, and that's using the miners with the warden. So after these sections have been cleared and the enemy heroes have been taken down, you'll notice that this section at 3 o'clock is still up. So we'll need to send our miners in from this section and work anti-clockwise around the base with the warden, dropping heals where needed and using the warden for the eagle artillery. You don't need to worry about the enemy clan castle with your miners, because your heroes would have already dealt with the CC as they were pushing through the core of the base. So it is just a case of focusing on your miners and dropping the heals where you need to drop them around the splash damages. If a giant bomb pops, then drop a heal. So this is how I looked at this base. It's not how everybody looks at bases. I know people say you should get the eagle artillery on a queen charge or as much splash as you can, but my personal opinion is what you can get the most value from, and I felt on this base I could get loads of value by going in the 3-6 section and getting the town hall, both heroes, the clan castle, 2 infernos, a couple of splash damage and lots of point defense. So let's get into the replay and show you what happened. So down goes my giant and wizard to start the funnel at 3 o'clock. I drop a giant in case the Tesla pops so it can tank for the wizard. And now that funnel is made, I'll drop my queen and my healers so she can start clearing those buildings and make her way towards the town hall. So those buildings down. The pecker goes down now on that mortar and the king goes down on the gold mine. The slammer goes in on that archer tower, and as you see, it opens up both those segments of walls straight away. The king and pecker now coming in, and with the next slammer stone drop, it's going to open up the town hall segment, and there it goes, look. So now the queen, enemy queen is about to go down, enemy king is about to go down, enemy CC's pulled, enemy CC is about to go down, town hall goes down, and as you can see now that core is gutted. So I bring my miners in from the 3 section and drop my warden in behind, drop a heal for that splash section. The queen's going to come in and get those 2 inferno towers now and that blower. Drop a rage for the miners because I don't need it for the queen anymore, and I'll pop my warden now for the eagle artillery. The queen's going to get that 2nd inferno now, and she manages to get a little bit more value by getting the warden statue and the air defense as well. So those miners pushing through that wizard farm with a heel, and the second pack of miners are now coming down to that 6th section for that final wizard tower. As you can see, there's a Tesla at 9 o'clock, but that's not going to be a problem. I've just got way too many miners up. I've got 2 healers left up, and they're healing the miners as they go. There's 1 cannon left at 12 o'clock, but this base is done. And that push through the core is basically what helped those miners stay on that path, going anti-clockwise around the base. So it's about working out what value you can get and making the L shape for the miners. So instead of showing you another base and breaking it down, I thought what I'd do is I would do a live attack on an FC base and show you guys how I do it live, how I need to improvise if I have to. So I just thought that'd be a bit more exciting for the video. So let me get back to you when it's all set up and we'll get into the live attack. Okay, so we have Loose posting a Town Hall 12 base for us to FC. And looking at this base, I want to make use of the channel here where the bomb tower is. So I think I'm going to start my queen on the hut, funnel these 2 barracks, and then force the queen towards this wizard tower and cannon here. And once she starts walking towards, I'm going to drop my other funnel here. So Pecker on the army camp, king on the elixir pump, and then slam her in on these defences here to break the queen in so she can get the eagle artillery. Then I'll start my minor portion from the 9 o'clock section and work anti-clockwise, healing where I need and popping the warden when I need to. So let's see how it goes. I've got my troops, got my spells, got my CC, my heroes are up. I'll change my war record when we get into the raid. So let's go. So I'm going to drop my queen on the hut. Drop some healers. Actually, I was a bit slow on the healers there. Oh, there's a troll Tesla as well, so we'll rage to get that hut down. That's it. So hopefully she goes this way. Yeah. So in fact, I'm going to drop my Pecker on here and drop my king on here, and then drop the slammer in here. I might get a CC pull here, so I'll have to be careful. Yeah. So we'll poison the CC. And that's that. So hopefully keep an eye on the queen. So king's going in. So the eagle is down. So we can get some we can get the miners started now. So we'll drop all the miners in here, a couple of miners there. Oh, troll Tesla in here and the warden in here. We're gonna have to pop the queen because that single inferno's locked on. We're going to have to heal the miners here. King's going down, so pop the king. Keep an eye on the miners now because there's not much more we can do. We'll have to heal. In fact, we'll pop the warden here. That's probably not the best warden in the world. Get through, be patient. We can heal here. Get through this multi-inferno in king. And then we have a heal for this multi-inferno here and wizard tower. Oh, and there's a giant bomb there. So we've still got the 2 healers on the miners, which is good. Oh, and we've hit the tornado trap now. We've still got our miners going through. In fact, we'll drop the heal there now. Keep them healers up. We'll get one of them up. We've still got one more heal. So, oh, double giant bomb. I think we might have saved the miners there with that heal, but we could have wasted it because we've got all this defensive section here. We've still got loads of miners up, lots and lots of miners up at the minute. What have we got left building wise? We need to get that expo down. There's a bomb tower there, which I don't think is going to make a huge amount of difference. And I think we've got this. We've got 30 seconds left. And I think we have the 3-star in the bag. 2 cannons, lots of miners, 25 seconds, 97%. And there it is, guys. Just get this cannon down, and that there is the 3-star. And that's how you use Queen Charge Miner. There you go. 3-star in the bag. So, like I said before, it's completely up to you how you approach the bases, but that's just how I try and look at bases when breaking them down before I attack. So I try and find the most amount of value I can get from the queen charge, whether the funnel is doable. If it's not doable and you think you're going to struggle on the funnel, you might have to tweak your army comp a bit, so take a couple of loons or something like that. So just keep practicing. Like I said, they're just tips and ideas, they're not sort of like that's the way to do it. So if you did enjoy this video and found it useful, then please hit that like button and subscribe button, and take care.